you up, you're gonna sit with me, and we're gonna talk about crime. All right, come on, Squeedy. Come to Mama. Come to Mama for bacons. All right. Can we do it like this? Will that be good? Oh, look at it. Oh. All right. Hello. Welcome to Crime Bytes, the show where we talk about some truly bizarre and disturbing crime cases. My name is Liz and my dog is choking on bacon. It's also True Crime Tuesday. Did you all have a good Halloween? I sure hope so. We did. Me, Scoot, and Pedro went out and Scooter was Bullseye. So I tried to pick something today and I Googled Target employee murder and here we are. But before we do that, let's pause for a quick promotion. Got one this week. So not to brag, maybe to brag a little, but my teeth were looking nice last week. And I haven't brought up snow in a few weeks. The holidays are coming, so treat yourself to some nice bright white teeth for holiday parties with snow. I literally saw results within days of using snow, and 3 years later, I still only need touch-ups to keep my teeth this bright. So what are you waiting for? Especially since you can click the link in my description for 25% off your first order. So no more excuses. Let's get our smiles nice and bright. All right, guys, I've got another question for you. Does anyone work at a place where you have to share a refrigerator? I used to work at an airport and I believe the term refrigerator bandit was thrown around a few times. I was even a victim at one point, and I must say, looking forward to your 30 minutes of shoving down food to try and plaster on a smile for 5 more hours of dealing with the public. Yeah, that was the highlight of 8 hours usually, and when I brought something good, even better, but like, if I brought something good and opened the fridge to enjoy my now 25 minutes of hopefully peace if the right coworkers were downstairs and it was nowhere. If you know, you know. It was one of those, you realize how much your sanity can be broken with the smallest of things moments. Because I'm bribing him with bacons. Now you have to figure out where you are going to get your food. And then 15 minutes to eat it if there's not lines at every restaurant and you don't have to use the bathroom too. Break time's ruined, you're hungry or spending way too much on food you can't even enjoy at this point. If you've never been there, then I'm happy for you, and if you have and think I'm overreacting, that's fine, but at least I never killed anyone over it. Okay, now let's meet Hernan, Leiva, and Bazen Berhe. I'm sorry, those are both foreign names and I'm probably butchering them. It's just not my strength, I'm sorry. They were both employees at the Bailey's Crossroads Target in Falls Church, Virginia during the spring of 2001. There goes my assistant. Hernan was a 58-year-old janitor there who hailed from rural El Salvador. He was a hard worker and father of 3 who is described as having a great sense of humor. Bazen was a 25-year-old who hailed from Ethiopia and was having a few issues lately. He was recently recommended for termination by his shift leader, but Target decided to keep him on board. So he did have that going for him, but he had found out that his request for asylum by U.S. immigration had been denied, and he didn't really know what to do at this point. He was dealing with a lot of inner anger about his current situation to the point where it would not take much for him to snap. And on April 14th of 2021, Hernan was hungry and Bazen's lunch was looking good to him. I mean, I don't know if you've ever had Ethiopian food, but good stuff. He looked around the break room and decided no one would really notice and grabbed it. Bazen was not happy about it. On April 15th, Bazen would purchase a hammer and 2 knives and spend the whole day on April 16th training for murder. On April 17th, Bazen would arrive early and wait in the employee parking lot, and when Hernan arrived for work, he would ambush him, stabbing and bludgeoning him with the hammer. He would flee the scene before ultimately returning to confess to the police. What gets me the most is there isn't one source that shares how Bazen knew Hernan ate his lunch. I mean, what if Betty from Ladies Department did? I don't know. A lot of sources use the word believed or alleged. This is really upsetting as well. On Hernan's obituary, people were making nasty comments about him getting what he deserved, which just, really? The man, even if he did take the lunch, was bludgeoned and stabbed to death in the parking lot. But my point with that was there was a comment saying he didn't even steal the lunch. So Hernan might not have even, and even if he did, what? Just so terrible all around. While testifying in court, Bazen would state, "There is no denying that it was very gruesome and grotesque how I killed that man, but I want the family to know I did everything in my power to kill him in less than a minute." One of Hernan's relatives would sarcastically remark, "Well, that makes it fine." I guess I kind of get the sentiment. Maybe he was trying to make them feel better at that point, but still, I guess coming from any other source, just why? Hernan had 15 family members looking for justice for their loss in the courtroom, all just bewildered at the senselessness of this all. One source that I found would imply that Bazen killed Hernan more because of his denied immigration status than the stolen lunch. That Bazen told Hernan's family in his apology that he would have killed anyone who came through the parking garage, even a 4-year-old child. He would say that Hernan just happened to be the first one to come down those stairs. I'm not sure. This might make more sense, or maybe it was a combination of both factors that set him over the edge. If this report is accurate, he probably was killing to get himself put into prison to avoid being deported, not so much because he lost it over his lunch being stolen. And in this case anyways, why isn't he being deported? It sent me down like a small rabbit trail, but basically it looks like it would depend on case specifics, but in this case, obviously we want to hold him responsible for his crime that he committed here. But what if he was attempting to get himself put into prison? He's having trouble with immigration, he murders his coworker he's not happy with. What do you guys think about that angle? I feel that would make more sense, and it would definitely give the story a bit more depth, along with another troubling thought, going to jail to avoid deportation. I don't know which is worse, that or killing someone for a lunch. Just how about you don't do either? Bazen was sentenced to second-degree murder. When he was being sentenced, he threatened to kill more people if he wasn't giving the harshest possible sentence, and he was rewarded with 100 years behind bars with 30 years suspended, which means that he will serve at least 70 years in prison. I feel like this kind of adds to the question of, did he kill Hernan to get locked up in the US because his asylum was denied? Seems about right in my mind, but what do you think? And that's going to do it for today's story, but as always, let's try to end today on a positive note. I'm going to try and get my little assistant back for a positive highlight. Scooty! Got a bacon! Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Come. Come on. Come on. Come on, good boy. Come on. All right, we're gonna talk for one more minute. All right, here we go. So today we are going to highlight how Target gives back. I was happy to see that when I gave it a Google. Let me give this guy one more bacon. So Target gives out grants to local programs and organizations with a focus on supporting social and environmental issues. They also give out gift cards to local nonprofits and accredited schools. We love Target, and we love them even more after hearing this. Both of these have an application process, so if you are interested, I will leave a link in the description below. All right, guys, so I'm happy Scoop made it through today's story, or some of it, with me today. Would you like him to come back for another? I'm sure he would, maybe, if there's bacon involved. What should he cover? Maybe another animal case. I don't know. All right, stay safe this week, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Feel free to let me know what you want to hear next in the comments below. if you want to see the insane dog hoarding case that I did, he doesn't even want to hear about it. Click this link. I'll see you next week. Bye!